Can you believe it? All these years coming to Stewart Hyder, I've never been Hyderized, mostly because I couldn't justify drinking a shot of really strong alcohol right before going across an international border crossing. But this is the year. Today's the date. It's an Alaska shot glass. It's okay. Okay. This is your water for chaser if you need it. This is your hyderizer. You cannot sip it. You cannot smell it. It has to go straight back. If it comes back up, you buy a round for less. So straight back. You can't smell it.
To drink? Swallow after drinking?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Ready? Yeah. Nice work. Congratulations. So, you get a card saying you've been hyderized? Sign the top and keep it as a souvenir. Suck. You okay? Hyder's been on the channel several times before, but mostly just as a pass-through. I did interview Caroline, who owns the other of the only 2 stores in town. So I'll put a link in the description if you want to learn a little bit more of what it's like to be a local. We've never actually done just a walkthrough, so today we're going for the full Hyder experience right from the border. It's an interesting border crossing because you're going to notice there is no American border. Only Canadian, and it looks like we got a cool European expedition truck coming up here. So there's the Canadian side. We'll be checking in when we come back through. But we do have to make a stop here before we cross the border. Those old stone storehouses. I've been filming all over the Portland Canal. This is the only one that really has any type of documentation, and it's been restored, which is pretty cool. And I believe there should be an American flag hanging up there, but here's our border crossing. Let's whip over to Alaska. The word abandon is a strange thing. You can see it says the friendliest ghost town in Alaska. This is in fact a ghost town with a handful of residents, but very little of it is actually abandoned. These buildings are owned by somebody, who knows who. For whatever reason, they can't find success, which is baffling to me because the amount of tourists coming through Stewart Hyder, there's no reason these businesses can't be thriving. But maybe it comes down to the fact that some of them are just not in good enough shape. Big building though. Some of these buildings have lived several lives as the town has progressed. First is a mine town, then a biker town, and a tourist town. Finally to a ghost town. So what they looked like originally, I'm not sure. But I'm pretty sure this didn't start as a souvenir shop. No, fuel station. Really surprised to see the prices are in liter, not gallon. Can't see what the price actually is. Maybe on the pump here. No, she's digital. Hey, a basketball court. That's pretty cool. This is the most radical truck I've ever seen, because it is in fact not a truck. It was a minivan. Look at this. Somebody's cut the back off of a minivan. That is friggin' awesome. Not sure how much it would cost you to purchase a little lot here, but this doesn't look like any type of business. It looks like a home. No bad water damage or anything that I can see from here. I don't know, maybe some type of business. This one says St. Paul's Orthodox Church. Certainly that was not what this was built for. I do like the facade on this one. Looks like a pretty radical bar in there. No room for 2 bars when you got this gem over here though. You've seen this one already because that's where we got Hyderized. When I was here 2 years ago, there was some folks building this from scratch. This one has always caught my eye. Pretty neat old school building. Canal trading post. Old Marlboro sign in there. Been all crumpled up, unfortunately. Oof, she's seen some better days, unfortunately. Too much snow. This one actually connects over to that one via an upper story, but not the place you're gonna find souvenirs anymore. If you want some souvenirs from Hyder, or some fudge, or just a great visit, gotta go talk to Caroline. I think the lifespan on this one is ticking down quickly. Broken and missing windows. Just stopped in for a visit with Caroline, and I guess the power's been out since 8 o'clock last night, and it's 1:30 in the afternoon today. Ugh. I think this is a grater. Look at this radical old piece of equipment. Not sure what would have powered this. Looks like it was drugged by something. Wow, I just love that. You can map out exactly how this whole machine operates just looking at it. Very cool. So this is the Alaska Inn. Was a hotel, motel, bar, and I guess it's currently for sale for the outrageous price of $800,000 American. Not sure they're gonna get that much for it. Beautiful bar in there though. Nice laundromat. Needs some attention. Needs a lot of attention actually. Really not sure what the market looks like in Hyder, but somebody needs to purchase this soon because it needs some saving. If you're watching this video, I'm sure you're aware of where Hyder is, but here's a nice little representation, proportionally, this is drastically inaccurate. But here's the Portland Canal, split down the middle, Alaska on this side, Canada on that side. These two towns are actually very close together, but Hyder is in fact the southernmost Alaska town that you can drive to. Stewart has the worst boat launch I've ever used in my entire life. So typically I bring the boat over here and launch in Hyder. Take you over and show you the Hyder boat launch. On your way over to the boat launch, you'll see all these old pilings sitting out here. They're just holding birdhouses now, but this used to be a city, Hyder, BC. So the tide's a good portion of the way in right now, but this boat launch, it's drastically better than the one in Stewart, but still not really usable at low tide. This all is a huge kind of mud bar out here, and on a really low tide, these boats will be sitting right on the ground. Another interesting thing you can see here that I've wanted to cover is the slash. And the slash is that line that you can see there. That's the Canada-Alaska border, and the border that separates Canada and the United States. On both sides where there's not border patrol, there is a slash that they've cut through the trees for thousands of kilometers. It was done by the United States, and it's funny, when you're boating in from the Portland Canal, you can see that goes right up to the Alpine. Don't know if they used machines or if they did it by hand or how they even maintain it, but it's very visible. I'm gonna go and try and find something that will be new to me, but I'm gonna try and do it without trespassing, because even though this is only a 9-mile section of Alaska, it does have the same rules as the rest of Alaska, so people around here be having some guns. Didn't realize there was a junkyard in Hyder. Caroline has an inverter, but the fuses are blown and she doesn't have any extra fuses. I'm gonna pull a couple fuses out of one of these trucks and bring them over, fix her inverter for her. I'm back at it.
My hero.
Catch you later. Kind of think that might be a float house. Some remnants of a time come and gone. Big old boiler there. Look at this old truck. This is a State of Alaska Highways truck. Oh, it's a plow truck. How friggin' cool is that? Yeah, can't believe it. She's a rear wheel drive dually with chains. Very cool. Got an exhaust brake in there, so it's diesel. Big truck. Wow, just a ton of stuff left back in here. This is a little bit interesting. I mean, this is private property up here, so I'm not gonna go much further. But look at this, Canada Customs, Stewart, BC. Not sure what that's doing over here. cement chimney right there. Wonder if half this house burnt. Just a ton of this old iron sitting back here. It's a forklift. Towable generator. Lots of school buses here. I wonder if that's remnants from when there was a school, or if people have brought them here to live in them and just discarded them after. With the amount of life cycles this town's gone through, I would have no idea how to date some of this old iron. I mean, somebody will know something about these old trucks, but that equipment, I'm just not sure. Can't even make it 50 feet without seeing something hidden behind the tree line here. I think a lot of this is just discarded old stuff. That's just a dump box, but we got a shaker table here for gold mining. This was a large town back in the day, so who knows what could be left back here. Probably not much, but it's worth a look. Well, I don't know how old that is because there's actually a bit of label left on it. A lot of iron scattered through back here though. There was a whole lot of something back here at some point. Not sure if you guys can hear it on camera. There's a whole lot of grouse now scurrying around, scaring the crap out of me. So far this year, I found myself in a couple tangos with some stinging nettle, and Emmy has found herself in a tango with some cow parsnip. So I'm trying to be a little bit more mindful of my exploits in the wild. I'm fairly certain these roads I'm biking on are the old roads of the city. I think someone's actually come and tried to map it out before. I seen a little yellow sign that said Flint Street. Otherwise, there's not a whole lot left back here. A couple of these cars from, I don't know, what vintage, probably the 80s. 100 years ago. A little bit less. This place was just booming. Smells an awful lot like dead salmon here, which is surprising because there's nothing running up the river. But I'll tell you, if there was a salmon run happening, the expedition truck would be sitting out there and I'd be friggin' fishing. Just found myself in the midst of an angry swarm of bees. Got out with only one sting on the inside of my finger, so I guess there's a silver lining in there somewhere. But let's go and explore the more modern Hyder Pretty basic adventure strategy today. Phase 1, find a road. Phase 2, see where it goes. Already working out pretty good. Gotta take a closer look at this truck. Old Western Star. Love all that moss growing on there. Every year I come here, I have to stop and take a look at this boat. And every year the condition gets just a little bit worse. Obviously not a project worth continuing, but I just love me an old wooden boat. So here we are on Main Street, and basically all of the houses here are owned and currently lived in by the small handful of year-round residents. So we're not going to do a whole lot of stopping. Bus just went by. I'm thinking that's the bus that takes tours from Stewart up to Salmon Glacier, but I'm not entirely sure. Love that old house though. How are you doing? One thing of note is the post office, because residents do in fact get mail here, and some residents in Stewart even have a post office box here because shipping is free on many items in the United States. This takes us basically to the end of town. If you keep following this road, it'll take you up to Salmon Glacier, and before that, the grizzly bear viewing platform, which is a very popular place to go during the salmon run because it's full of grizzly bears. There's one more little stop that we'll look at that we bypassed on the way in. Here's the last noteworthy building. I've always been so curious about it. It's a beautiful building. It's the old general store. But you can tell it's been sitting unopened for a long time. Open 9 till 9. Winter, 9 till question mark, depending on weather. Oh, it's for sale. If I was an American with some money, I think I would confidently buy into a business or two in Hyder. It's always seemed like a whole lot of potential to me. For whatever reason, it just keeps shrinking. Nevertheless, that's the full tour. Let's see about this border crossing.
Do you have a card or anything like that for YouTube?
I got nothing with me.
Nothing,
No,
eh?
if I cross back over, I'll bring some stickers and
Yeah,
stuff.
cool. I'll search you up anyways. But yeah, it's awesome. Someone said, yeah, your YouTube's pretty cool, and you
I
got
appreciate
some
that.
followers and everything like that. So
Yeah.
And any alcohol, tobacco on you?
Nothing.
Any cannabis? Anything with THC at all?
Nothing.
Okay.
Got one ginger ale.
One ginger ale. We'll allow that one. I'll be right back with
Yeah,
you.
you betcha.
So is your YouTube spelled like Dustin?
No, it's
Okay.
hilarious how many
you
people...
didn't make the pun with it? Come on!
That's hilarious.
But maybe it messed up your search algorithm or something, man.
A lot of people say this should be Destination Adventure,
Yeah.
but I never really wanted the show to be about me.
You.
Like, I was a video producer for Princess Cruise Line until COVID,
Okay.
so I started the channel because I wanted to be a filmmaker
Yeah.
and continue traveling. I never wanted it to be the Dustin experience, so that's why I stayed away from Destination Adventure, but I get that comment a lot.
Yeah.
It should
Oh,
be
that's cool.
Destination Adventure, and you should call the following the Dustin Nation. I just hate that thought, so that's why I didn't go that route. But
All right, on.
yeah, if we cross over again, I'll be with the truck, so I'll drop off some stickers and
Cool,
some
yeah,
cards.
that'd be awesome. I'd like to have one or there. That'd be sweet. So
Well, the truck's just up there. If you give me 10 minutes, I'll run back with a couple stickers.
sure,
Cool.
Yeah, cool. Sounds good.
Right on. I'll be right back.
Yeah, have a good one.
Well, there you have it, the Hyder experience. Kind of a nice, easy video for me this week, but I think a walk around is the best way to see all there is to see in Hyder. Even got to stumble across a couple of unexpected relics. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Destination Adventure, everybody. As always, take nothing but pictures, leave nothing but footprints, and I'll catch you on the next one.